Nigeria drops in global military ranking. Socio-economic rights and accountability project tackles federal government over threat to shut down broadcast stations. 170,000 results uploaded on BVAS reconfiguration. And business, economy losses 20 trillion naira and CBN 70% mop up. And on the international scene, 48,000 killed by earthquakes in Turkey. And on sport, ex-Napoli star tags Osimhen modern striker. Hello, welcome to Standard Voice Television News Channel. I'm Fawzi Ibrahim. The Nigerian military has dropped one place in the latest global military ranking. The ranking by Global Firepower has rated the Nigerian Armed Forces 35% out of 142 countries considered for the annual ranking in 2022. But in 2023, the Nigerian military was ranked 36th out of the total of 145 countries reviewed for the 2023 ranking. Nigeria also dropped from 3rd to 4th on the continent. The United States of America military is ranked 4th in the world, Russia the 2nd, followed by China. In Africa, Egypt is ranked number 1 and 14th in the world. Algeria came 2nd and 26th in the world. South Africa is ranked 33rd in the world to emerge the 3rd in the continent. A security expert, Timothy Avele, said lack of information on latest hardware as well as accidental bombing by the Nigerian Air Force would have led to the drop. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has tackled the federal government over its threat to shut down broadcast stations. Our correspondent, Omokoso Mohammed, has more.
Last week, the government, through the National Broadcasting Commission, said it will shut down broadcast stations found culpable of using their platforms to undermine the peaceful coexistence of Nigeria. Following a meeting between NBC's Director General, Balarabe Ilela, and the broadcast stations on the coverage of the February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections, the Commission said it will not hesitate to revoke the license of broadcasters threatening the peace of the country. But in a statement on Sunday, Serap urged President Muhammadu Buhari to instruct the Minister of Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, and the National Broadcasting Commission to urgently withdraw the last warning and threat to revoke the licenses of broadcast stations and shut them down over their coverage of elections and post-election matters. Serap's Deputy Director, Kolawole Oluwadare, said that the last warning and threat by the NBC, if not immediately withdrawn, would limit freedom of expression and the ability of broadcast stations to cover important issues around the 2023 general elections. Omokusto Muhammad reporting for Standard Voice Television News.
President Muhammadu Buhari has congratulated President Xi Jinping of China on his re-election for a third term of 5 years as President and Chairman of the Central Military Commission of the People's Republic of China. According to a statement, the spokesperson to the President, Femi Adesina, said President Buhari believed that under the leadership of President Xi, relations between China and Nigeria, which dates back to 1971 when both countries formally established diplomatic ties, have expanded rapidly on bilateral trade and strategic cooperation. Mr. Adesina said the President hoped that the future outlook for the strategic partnership with China will continue to blossom in leaps and bonds in the area of military, politics, trade, finance, oil and gas relations, as well as cooperation in the telecommunication, agriculture, infrastructure development, and manufacturing sector. The Independent National Electoral Commission has announced that over 170,000 polling unit results of the February 25th presidential and National Assembly elections have been uploaded on its result viewing portal. The Commission also said the reconfiguration of biometric voter registration system will be completed by Tuesday in preparation for the March 18th governorship and state assembly elections. Former Chief of Army Staff, retired Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai has congratulated the President-elect Senator Bola Tinubu over his electoral victory at the February 25th presidential election. Lieutenant General Buratai, who is the immediate past Nigerian ambassador to Benin Republic and a chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, extended his congratulatory message in a statement in Abuja. He said that Tinubu's victory was a clear reflection of the will of people. The former Chief of Army Staff also commended the Independent National Electoral Commission under the leadership of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu for presiding over an election in a country with the largest democracy in the African continent, saying it is a job well done and professionally executed. Troops of Operation Hadarin Daji, in collaboration with local vigilantes, foiled a bandit attack in Bula village of Korina Moda local government area of Zamfara state. The terrorists arrived in the village in their large numbers, shooting sporadically. Our correspondent Zainab Abdul-Wasu has more.
The bandits were, however, forced to retreat back to the forest due to superior fighting power of the troops, who promptly responded to the distress call. A report from the village suggested that Bula village has been in the target list of the terrorists, who frequently attack the villagers, wrestle animals, kidnap or destroy their properties. The new commandant of the 1 Brigade Nigerian Army Gusau and Sector 1 of the Operation Hadarin Daji, in charge of Zamfara and Kebbi State, Brigadier General X. Ahmed, who assumed duty on Saturday, vowed to sustain the success recorded by his predecessor and apply new tactics to professionally eliminate any recalcitrant bandits within his area of operation. Zainab Abdul-Wasi reporting for Standard Voice Television.
The management of the National Youth Service Scheme has declared that it will not hesitate to initiate legal action against any individual or group that contravenes the provision of the NYSC Act as regarded the use of the NYSC uniform. The scheme, in a statement by its Director of Press and Public Relations, Eddie Megwa, said the NYSC is compelled to bring to the notice of the general public on the dangers of unauthorized use of NYSC uniform, logo, lyrics, literature and other intellectual materials associated with the National Youth Service School. According to Mr. Megwa, the scheme is greatly disturbed by the circulation of various content on social media for entertainment and political purposes where the NYSC uniform is used without consent. And in business, according to a new report by an economic think tank, Central for Promotion of Private Enterprises, Nigeria's economy is grinding to a halt and has lost about 20 trillion naira following the over 70% mop-up of cash by the federal government through the Central Bank of Nigeria. It said the protracted acute scarcity has not only crippled economic activities across the country, but was now a major risk of the livelihood of most Nigerians. Director of the Enterprises, Dr. Muda Yusuf, while reacting to the currency redesign policy, stated that millions of citizens have slipped into penury and destitution as a result of the disruption and tribulations perpetrated by the currency redesign policy, especially the mopping up of over 70% of cash in the economy. Dr. Muda, while calling for an urgent intervention by President Muhammadu Buhari, stressed that Nigerians have never been dis-traumatized in recent history. And on the international scene,
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Turkish President Recep Erdogan announced that the number of people killed by the devastating earthquake in Turkey's southeast has reached 48,000, with over 115,000 people injured. It will be recalled that on February 6, 2 earthquakes of magnitude 7.7 and 7.6 hit the southeastern region of Turkey with an intervention of 9 hours. Thousands of underground shock that followed were felt in 11 Turkish provinces, as well as the neighboring countries, of which Syria was the most affected. And on sports, former Napoli defender Fauzi Gaulam has praised Victor Osimhen following the striker's impressive display for Napoli in the Italian top flight this season. The former Algeria international, in an interview, made some interesting remarks about the Nigeria's status in Europe, describing him as a modern striker. Despite being convinced of Osimhen's qualities as an elite forward, Gaulam believed the 23-year-old forward is not yet at the level of Real Madrid's Karim Benzema and Manchester City Erling Haaland. The Nigerian international has continued in the same vein this season with 19 league goals in 22 games, and 2 goals in 4 Champions League matches. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, here's a recap of the major headlines. Nigeria drops in global military ranking. Socio-economic rights and accountability project tackles federal government over threat to shut down broadcast stations. 170,000 results uploaded on BVAS reconfiguration. On business, economy losses 20 trillion naira and CBN 70% mop-up. And on the international scene, 48,000 killed by earthquakes in Turkey. And on sport, ex-Napoli star tags Osimhen modern striker. That's the news. Thanks for watching. I'm Ibrahim. Do have a nice day.